Ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good evening. Welcome to another episode of the Louis Sports Network. Make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure your notifications are turned on. Make sure you're sharing on your social media platforms. Truly appreciate it. Hope everybody is having a wonderful start to their week on this Monday evening. Definitely appreciate y'all. Peace and blessings as always, man. Continue to hit the like button and subscribe. And make sure to share the videos also on live streams anytime I go live and upload videos. Appreciate that. On to the video. So I've had a couple of days to kind of simmer down and pretty much go over what happened on Friday night. I was on live with my man G Money, Notorious G Money Hoops, and we were doing the Grizzlies and the Lakers. A lot of people came on through to watch the game and listen to the commentary, the fire commentary. G Money was spitting gems in the studio, you know what I'm saying? But there was a scuffle, a little altercation that happened on Friday night, and it happened to be between Dylan Brooks and Shannon Sharpe, in which eventually the rest of the Grizzlies players came to confront him. And then eventually Usher Morant, aka Ja Morant's dad, decided to talk to Shannon, and Shannon, had some choice words for Ja Morant's dad. So that happened. And all I kept saying to myself was, why was Shannon sitting particularly on that side of the court? He started out by making comments saying that Dylan Brooks was too small to guard LeBron. Some people said, well, I don't know why people are making such a big deal about that and all that kind of stuff. But you got to understand the strategy here. Why was Shannon sitting on that side of the court? Interesting. Why did Shannon make the comment to Dylan Brooks to get him riled up, especially when Ja Morant and Shannon Sharpe have kind of been going back and forth in the media? Then on top of that, you have the Grizzlies not pretty much feeling what Shannon is saying, despite the fact that the Grizzlies, you got to let them trash talk. If that's what they want to do, let them do it. If they fail in the postseason, those kind of things can go back and haunt them. So it is what it is. A team has got a lot to say, but they haven't proven anything. It is what it is. So my question is, I'm trying to understand. Shannon is a TV personality. You're a journalist. You work for networks. You work in journalism. So the fact that you went out there and decided to initiate and start something was not good on your part, and I thought Shannon made a fool out of himself, and he did it pretty much for ratings. And then LeBron comes out, and then he says how he's got Shannon's back, and Shannon says, I ride for you. I find that very hypocritical of LeBron, because Antonio Brown, a couple of years ago on your show, called Shannon Sharpe a clown, and he called him a coon. And I remember you were so uncomfortable, you didn't say anything to Antonio Brown. I do remember that. It's interesting that he didn't have you back then. I don't remember. There was some other situation that happened that Braun really didn't have his back neither, which was kind of interesting. But I don't know what it is. I know people are probably going to call me a hater in this video. They're going to say that I don't know what I'm talking about. But what I'm basically saying is that the NBA has not done well in its ratings department for the last few years now, and the ratings have been declining. And on top of that, Undisputed, the show, has been declining in ratings. And we know that, to me, Skip and Shannon got really heated in an argument about a month ago, to where Shannon didn't show up on TV. Skip was not going to apologize for what he said. He was going to stand on his words. And I just think, in my opinion, with the way that the show is struggling, they just did that as an act to try to get people to tune in, so that they can get people to choose sides. I am not no fan of Skip. I am no fan. Shannon's a great personality. He's probably a good dude, off of, behind cameras and all that kind of stuff. But my point is that all these guys did that was for ratings. They got you guys to click. They got you guys to react. They did their job. That's what it was. When you look at Friday night, when you look at the NBA, gives us something for these networks to talk about. The NBA is nothing but actors. Shaq has already exposed it a long time ago. So, quite honestly, this is nothing new. Anything to make a soap opera. It's not about the game. It's about drama. It's about stories that can get people to talk. It's about clout. It's about content. That's what this is. I could have easily made the video right away, like when all of this was happening, and, be like everybody else and just, upload something and talk about the situation because it's, hot. But the thing is, sometimes people kind of do things to kind of overreact And then when they get new information, it's like, you didn't know this. And it's kind of like, the video was put up sometimes for no reason. Now, we make those mistakes and nobody's perfect. But my point is, I just feel that this was just all an act to get people to tune in. And the crazy part is, it's always a lot of back and forth, and people are, well, people are going to say, well, Shannon is a strong dude. But I'm saying the man just not too long ago had hip surgery. So I'm like, do you really want to involve yourself in that? You possibly get injured and possibly might have to have another surgery. I mean, I know he can afford it, but you know what I'm saying. It's like, do you really want to go through that again? So what I'm basically trying to tell you guys is that this was a teachable moment in terms of how far are you willing to go to put up an act just to be able to get people to try to pick and choose sides, because that's what this is all about. Like, if you really watch it, all this basically told me was, you just got to put 2 and 2 together, man. Like, Shannon's been showing up like these last couple of times at Laker games when he doesn't normally do that. Like, I'm pretty sure he's been to games before, but like, look, now he's kind of showing up a little more frequent, and then it's like, what's the kind of thing going on there? People gonna say, oh, why are you making such a big deal about it? Like, why can't he go to the... It's like, people always got to find something. I'm just saying that I find it curious. It's like, I'm not even allowed to analyze. I look at something and it's like, you're making too much out of nothing. And I'm just like, well, if I made too much out of nothing, I mean, quite honestly, man, I could have just easily reacted during that time. But like I said before, Dylan Brooks, he's already built a reputation. The NBA is making sure that now a lot of times he fouls out of games. I mean, he is very physical and he tends to foul a lot, but the NBA when they have a sense of direction into where they want to go with a player, they make sure that he's out of the game. And that's what happened with Dylan Brooks. And so what did LeBron say? He said, man, Shannon's my guy. I'll ride or die with him. And surprised that wasn't even addressed. And then Shannon Sharp comes back and he was like, Bron, I'll ride with you. I mean, you just see it in the comments, man. If you can't even see that, man, it's pretty obvious. No hate, just my observation. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section, man. Bless up, live, love, love. Thank you guys for watching.